Well, hello and welcome, folks. Welcome to the Renatus webinar. This is an investor forum where we're going to share some information with each and every one of you so you can learn a little bit more about our company and our education and what it is we do. So let's go ahead and get started. Folks, my name is Raul Campos. I'm a local business owner, real estate investor, and mentor. I actually came here by way of Wall Street, where I used to manage money as an investment advisor. I did that for about 20 some odd years. Had a lot of success for myself and family, and managed a lot of money for customers and clients. And fortunately for myself, I was able to have some success, quite a bit of success in the beginning there, to the point where I ended up selling off my company and decided to retire. And I was 49 years old when that happened back in the year 2001. And I decided to move on and go do some other things and really spent a lot of time just traveling and having fun. And after a couple of years of that, I decided it was time to get back to work and really create some more wealth for myself. So what I did was a little bit unique, and I always tell people to do the same thing, and I encourage you to do the same. But I went out there and I actually interviewed some very successful people, and I asked them, I said, look, if you were me and you were starting all over again, what would you do and why? And it seemed to be that all fingers pointed towards real estate. They told me, look, Raul, the bulk of our wealth has been created through real estate. The bulk of our wealth is held in real estate. Want to make some money? Get into the business of real estate. And so I thought I knew it all because I'd come from the world of Wall Street, of finance and investments, and I just decided, well, I'll go buy a couple of houses and fix them up and sell them or rent them. And I found out really quick that there was a heck of a lot more to investing in real estate than just that. In fact, one evening I caught myself in one of the homes, in one of the bedrooms that I had acquired. I was shoveling dog and cat feces, and I said to myself, this can't be what the wealthy do out there. There's got to be a better way to make money with real estate. And so what I decided to do at that point is I decided to go out and really went on a quest to learn the business of real estate. And hopefully that's what you're in the process of doing as well, is to learn the business, not the tricks of the trade, because that can really get you into a lot of trouble if you don't know what you're doing. And so fortunately for me, I ran across this education here that you're viewing here today. And I tell you, I've gone nowhere else for any education. It has taken me from start to finish, so to speak. And I tell you, the very first year that I applied the techniques and the strategies that I learned, I acquired 23 homes for myself, made over $500,000, and thought, wow, you know what? Let's take this serious. And I did, and I have, and now I'm out there acquiring anywhere from 45 to 50 properties a year for myself. I keep a lot. There's a lot that I turn that don't make sense for me to maintain. But typically, I'm targeting deals that make us anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 per deal. And at some point in time, your portfolio will change like mine has, to the point where you want to start acquiring and holding onto these properties, or in other words, change your strategy to a buy and hold strategy, because I'm all about passive income. It's nice to see those checks come in and month out, and that way you don't have to go out there and continually flip properties to earn income, but you sit back and you collect those passive checks. So we're going to talk about how that can be done and how you can do that for yourself if that's what your strategy turns out to be. But for me, things have really changed. Renatus came to me and said, gosh, Raul, could you help us go out there and share this information with other people out there? And I tell you, I love it. I love sharing, the secrets of real estate with people, if you will. And really the secret is you got to get educated. You got to learn how to go out there and do it correctly, because real estate doesn't discriminate. It will take money from anybody. It does discriminate from the educated from the ignorant. If you're educated, you can make some great money. If you don't know what you're doing, boy, let me tell you, it can wipe you out. So you got to be educated. You got to be careful. But let's get into this information. Here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about why you're here today. We're going to talk about, who we are as a group, about our educational company, give you some information, quite a bit of information about us and who we are, how we're so unique. We're going to talk about our market expansion for those of you that are on this webinar wanting to learn more about that. And then we're going to talk about your next steps to success. So let's get into this information. Hopefully each and every one of you have got a pencil and pad, can take some copious notes here, because I do go rather quickly, and I try to keep on task here as to what we're going to cover. So let's move forward. Why are you here today? Well, quite a few of you here are on this webinar listening for various different reasons. For the most part, some of you are out there just looking for an opportunity. Maybe what you're doing right now isn't quite working or helping you achieve the goals that you're trying to achieve, and you may be out there looking for another opportunity. Let me tell you, you found a great one here. Some of you just want to earn some more income. Maybe you're not earning all the money that you'd like to be earning, and maybe you'd like to just go out there and do a couple of deals a year and earn some additional income for yourself. Well, we've got a great opportunity for you here with that as well. Some of you maybe have gone through a tough economy for yourself, a personal economy, and maybe you have suffered some downsizing, and you're looking for some financial security and stability. Boy, let me tell you, folks, when you build a proper portfolio for yourself, a proper real estate portfolio, it'll give you the financial security and stability you're looking for. And you'll see what I mean here as we go along. Some of you just maybe want to get out of that paycheck to paycheck mentality. Maybe you're in that time in your life, or you're in that kind of a position where you end up running out of money before you run out of month, and you want to get out of that merry-go-round. Well, let me share with you that real estate can really change that for you. And I know that some of you are on this webinar because you've heard a lot about some of the Renata students across the country, and you've heard that our students are just flat out getting results. Well, we're going to share with you some numbers and some folks here that are doing just that, so that you can see the big picture of what it is we're doing. So if you're somebody really who wants to start setting up some financial security and stability for yourself, you've got to start really with this little chart here. Having come from a financial planning background, I love to look at these numbers and share these numbers with people. So hopefully you'll understand this chart. It's not that difficult, and I'll walk you through it. But this chart is sharing with you what is really needed out there in order to retire comfortably. And as you look at this chart, if you look at the numbers up on top, that's the amount needed per month that maybe you want to live on. So just pick a figure out there. And let's just say, for example, you pick the $10,000 a month, that you want to live on $10,000 a month in your retirement. Well, what this chart does for us here is it assumes a couple of things. Number one, that you're going to live to beyond age 65, that you're probably going to live maybe 20 years in retirement, which is pretty much the average age of folks who retire and live the rest of their lives, for the next couple of years. Most people average about another 20 years in their lifespan. And so what you don't want to do is you don't want to run out of money, before your life passes on. And so how this figure works is it's saying this: look, if you want to live on $10,000 a month in your retirement, you're going to need about $3.4 million in assets to make that happen. And I ask people all the time, how many of you are on track? How many of you are close to making that happen for yourselves? And it's funny, I don't get very many people raise their hands when I ask that question. Some people kind of throw their hands up and say, you know what, I give. It's never going to happen for me. Well, let me share with you that what we have here this evening on this webinar can help you achieve some of your retirement goals and dreams, and we'll talk about this. But pick a figure up there that's maybe for you that you're looking for. I mean, even if you're someone who says, gosh, I could live on $3,000 a month, for the rest of my life in my retirement, you're still going to need about $1 million plus in assets to make that happen. Again, ask yourselves the question, am I on track? Well, let's share with you here a path to wealth accumulation, because we've got a game plan here that we're going to share with you, and some of you will follow it, some of you will exceed it. Everybody's a little bit different and unique, but a couple of things that we want you to think about. Number one is, to get on that path to wealth accumulation, you've got to have a different mindset. First thing is this: you've got to believe that it's possible, that you can actually achieve your financial goals. A lot of people out there have actually given up. Well, folks, don't do that. Believe that it's possible. Believe that you can create the kind of wealth that you need to live very, very comfortable in your retirement ages, or even earlier on. And what we're going to share with you here today is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a plan to wealth accumulation. And when you see how we go through this, you're going to say, wow, this is not that difficult. I can do this. And the answer is yes, you can. But you've got to believe that it's possible. We've learned that, most people out there have negative attitudes, and unfortunately they struggle in life financially. Talk to the people out there that are achieving the kind of wealth that you're hoping to achieve, and you'll find that they have positive attitudes. They believe that it's possible, and so should you. Number two, you've got to learn to think like the wealthy. Ask yourselves this question: do the wealthy in this country think differently than I do? Do they know something that I don't know? Why is it that they're accumulating wealth and us and other folks out there are struggling financially, day in and day out? Well, the wealthy do think different. For example, let me share this with you. Broke or poor mentality, as I like to call it, think this way. They think that they already know everything there is to know. It's amazing how many people I talk to, that want to create wealth, that are struggling financially, and when I share with them, what they could be doing with real estate, they go, well, I already know that. I know that. I know that. Well, then why are you still broke? Because you already know everything there is to know, right? No, you've got to open up your mind and start, thinking, in a positive manner, and don't say to yourself that you think you already know it all, because you don't. The wealthy mentality out there thinks a little different. These people are constantly learning and growing. They realize that they don't know everything there is to know. They realize that they want to get around other successful people and learn from them. They are constantly educating themselves because they want to learn and grow. So big difference. Wealthy people constantly learn and grow. That's one of the first couple of keys there. Second thing you want to think about is this, is the broke mentality folks out there. They always say this to themselves, or they say it to me. How much will it cost me? They're so obsessed with cost. We find that that's one of the main reasons why they're struggling financially out there. Whereas the wealthy mentality, the wealthy folk out there think, how much will it make me? Just a simple mindset. You start thinking in those terms, and you see what will happen, when it comes to creating wealth with real estate, or in any other business for that matter. Okay. Now, the one thing we like to ask people out there is we like to see kind of where they're at in their mindset. We ask them, first of all, can you define for me the difference between assets and liabilities? Well, the difference is this. Assets will put money in your pocket, whereas liabilities will take money out of your pocket. And here's a very, very simple chart that kind of explains how that works. The average person out there goes out there and they buy toys. They buy doodads. They buy little things out there that don't make sense to own because they depreciate in value. They go down, or it costs them money to have those items, and it creates expenses for them. And that's why there's so many people out there that file bankruptcy, because they overextend themselves. They've got all these possessions, all these liabilities that really cost them money and take money out of their pocket to want to try and maintain. Whereas the wealthy, they do something just a little bit different. They go out there and they spend their money on assets. These are vehicles, and these are investments that will put money in their pockets, such as rental properties, such as vending machines, such as businesses that will give them income and helps them create the wealth that they're looking for. And really, that's one of the key differences between, the wealthy out there. They understand that there are things that they can put their money into that will create income for them versus expenses. And once you figure that out and you get that proper mindset, boy, let me tell you, things will really change for you. So who are we as a group? Well, we're a community of local business owners, entrepreneurs, and individuals with the wealthy mentality that I was just talking about. And we network with other community members across the country. We're creating this network of investors all across the country that we network with. And you'll be a part of that as well if you decide to come join us and become part of this community networking force that we've created, all across the country. We're real investors. We're entrepreneurs. We're individuals out there doing real deals, not this fake stuff that you hear about on TV and, on the internet. I mean, we're real individuals out there making real things happen. I mean, folks like, these young two gentlemen here, Anthony and Mike, 20-somethings that are out there just creating some great wealth for themselves. They went through our education, put some of the strategies to work that they learned about. And, man, look at some of these nice checks they're pulling down. You've got folks out there that are learning everything from lease options to buy and hold strategies, people who learn how to go out there and create their own equity. And I tell you, it's not difficult to do that once you know how to do it properly with real estate. You've got folks out there that do some fix and flips, and they'll make anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 per deal. One of the things we love to do and talk about is we love to show checks, and we love to show HUD-1 statements. We're out there making things happen, and, we love to show our success. Not because we're flaunting it in any way, shape, or form, but because we want you to see that it's for real. It's for real. Local individuals, local investors that are making things happen, pulling down some really nice checks. And hopefully you're somebody out there that wants to learn how to do that for yourself so that you can have the kind of success that we're having. And I tell you, it's not brain surgery, it's not rocket science, but you do need to know what to do and how to do it correctly so that you can create the kind of wealth that you're looking for yourself out there. And I love showing, checks. I love showing some of the people out there across the country that are having the kind of success that I'm talking about. So whether you're somebody who's out there, flipping properties for lump sums of cash, or you're somebody who likes to collect passive income, like this individual here who's pulling down 32 monthly checks every month from the properties he's been able to get involved with, or someone like Jay here who's got over 200 units in less than 5 years and creating some serious passive income for himself. We can help you and we can assist you with that if you're someone who really wants to learn that. So question is who or what is Renatus? Well, that is the big question. Let's tell you a little bit about who we are. Renatus is the premier real estate investment education company in the country, period. Folks, what we did is we went out there and we saw that, there was a lot of these quote-unquote real estate gurus out there that were supposedly teaching people how to create wealth with real estate. Well, what we come to find out in doing our research is that really all they are is upsell gigs. They get you excited to come to a $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 boot camp or workshop for a couple of days, and really all they do for the next couple of days that you're there is try to sell you, so that before you know it, you've spent $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000, on education and still don't have a piece of property to show for it. Well, when we saw that, we said, you know what, not only is that wrong, that's sick and wrong, and we wanted to change the industry. We found that over $500 million is spent each and every year out there, on real estate investment education, with very few people out there achieving any kind of positive results. The gurus out there have figured it out where they want to, just basically upsell people. And we saw that. We said, you know what? We're going to change this industry. We don't like that. Our why as a company is to change the industry from an upsell gig to a true educational program. And that's what we've done, is we truly educate people out there how to have success when it comes to investing in real estate. Our mission is to empower 1 million motivated, individuals out there, with principle-centered entrepreneurial knowledge, so that they can go out there and attain the kind of financial wealth, that they're looking for, so that, as business owners and real estate investors, they can have the kind of success they're looking for. That's our mission statement. So what's happened? Well, since we opened our doors January 1st, we have introduced tens of thousands of individuals to the subject of wealth creation through real estate. And I tell you, the word is getting out about who we are and how we're different and unique. Nobody does what we do the way we do it, folks. Let me show you how we've grown since. We've got over 17 practitioner instructors and growing. What do I mean by that? Well, practitioner instructors is not somebody who's sitting on the other end of a phone, flipping a chart and answering your questions based on what questions you ask. No. Practitioners, these are people that are full-time real estate investors that do what it is they teach. And they teach different strategies and techniques, and we have different instructors for those different strategies and techniques. We're an online, on-demand, 24/7, 365-day program. If you've got access to the internet through either a tablet, a computer, a smartphone, boy, let me tell you, you've got access to our education. We have 41 full-day classes through our Essentials course and our AIT programs. One-to-one coaching, one-to-many coaching. We've got some powerful software. We have something here that's extremely unique that nobody else out there offers. Complimentary lifetime educational access. You acquire education and you've got access to it for life. Nobody else out there does that. Some people might have a 2-day, a 3-day, a 10-day, a 1-year type of a program. Folks, ours is lifetime. Complimentary lifetime access to our education. We've got real estate intensive workshops as support groups to help our students. Real deal tours. These are tours where we don't try to sell you real estate, okay? Some of these other outfits out there, they have these quote-unquote bus tours, and they herd all these people onto this bus, and they go out there and they show you these properties, and they tell you, hey, make an offer on this one, make an offer on that one, and they don't tell you that they actually own those properties themselves, and they're trying to dump their inventory on you. We don't do that, folks. We are not a real estate company. We are a real estate investment education company. What we do is we put on these real deal tours where we'll go to where some of our students have acquired properties, and we actually let them show you how they acquired it, how they're going to fund this deal, what their exit strategy is, what kind of repair or rehab or what the strategy is on that property. It's a mini workshop that you get to go to and really kind of kick the tires and walk through the process. They're awesome. We've got local study groups. We've got thousands of students nationwide, success stories galore, and so much more out there. I mean, our courses make learning fun and flexible for individuals. It's online, on demand, 24/7. We have seasoned real estate investors, coaches out there who work with our students one-on-one to help them through the process. Our systems, folks, help investors create and follow a plan to reduce risk and increase profits. Boy, let me tell you, folks, I can't tell you how many people I've sat down with and walked through, some of their deals where I tell them, man, that's not a good deal. And it's kind of neat because after one or two walkthroughs with people, they figure it out for themselves, what is a good deal versus a bad deal, and help lower their risks when it comes to investing in real estate. We've got some amazing software that helps you go, find the deals, the information you'll need to fix those deals, to manage those deals, to turn around and sell those properties. Pretty powerful software that we have. As a company, we're out there building local communities of investors who do support each other all across the country. Some people have money, some people have the deals, and vice versa. We want you to network with each other out there. We encourage you to network. We find that some of these guru groups out there, if you go to one of those workshop boot camp seminars and you pull out a business card, man, they grab you and they escort you out of the room. Why? Ask yourself, why would they do that? Well, because they don't want you talking to somebody else who got upsold so that they can tell you that, hey, you know what, they're going to upsell you to another thing. No. Folks, we want you to network. We want you to talk to other people out there. I mean, we currently have students, in all 50 states across this country, and we continue to grow. So we've got some great communities out there. Renatus maintains an excellent rating with the Better Business Bureau out there. And the word is getting out about who we are, but most importantly, our students get results. And I think that's what it comes down to, is knowing that you too, going through our education, can look forward to having the kind of positive results that our students have out there. You go out there, you apply it, and watch what happens for yourself. So here's a simple game plan to success that I want to share with each and every one of you. And really, the path to financial freedom is right here. It's knowing how to go out there and, as time goes on, acquire 10 homes and own those homes free and clear. And trust me, that will set you free. That'll put you on the path to financial freedom. And here's kind of what I mean. Over the next couple of years, what you're going to do is you're going to learn to acquire a couple of homes a year, a couple of homes a quarter. So over the next couple of years, you'll end up with anything like 15, 20 homes in your portfolio. And over time, real estate values will tend to appreciate. They don't go straight up, they vacillate, they go up and down, but over time, history has shown us that real estate values will appreciate. Well, as that process happens for you, what you're going to do is sell off half your portfolio and take that equity and pay down your other properties that you currently own. You do that, folks, and what ends up happening is you'll end up with 10 properties paid for free and clear. Now, you don't just let those homes sit there and do nothing. I mean, you put them to work. They're your assets. These are your ducks that are laying golden eggs. Put them to work. Put tenants in these properties, rent out some of these single-family homes in this example. And on average, if you look across the country and you take an average rent, $1,000 is about average. You've got 10 homes paid for free and clear, folks, and that's $10,000 a month of passive income. Think about that chart we talked about earlier, what it takes to create the kind of income that you want to create for yourself. 10 homes gives you $10,000 a month. Is it easier to go out there and acquire $3.4 million, or is it easier to go out there and acquire, say, 10 homes over the next 5, 6, 7 years? Now, here's the cool part. As time goes on, as the cost of living and inflation kick in, you're going to see the value of your real estate go up. Say, for example, one of your homes is worth, say, about $200,000 in the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Just at a simple appreciation of, say, 5%, nothing huge, just 5% a year, that property is going to be worth just a little under $1 million. You own 10 of those homes, and you have almost $10 million in assets. Now, here's the key, though. You can't spend, equity unless you go out and sell a property. And I kind of beat this into my students when I work with them. I say, look, can you spend your equity? Well, no, not unless you borrow against it, and then you've got an expense, okay? But what you can do is you can spend your cash flow, because as the cost of living and inflation take place over the next few years, the properties that you have, you'll be able to increase the rents. And as you do, you'll see rents go anywhere from, say, $1,000 to over the next 5, 10, 15 years, at $3,000, $4,000 a month per property. And I ask this all the time. I say to people, do you honestly believe that, the cost of living is going to go down over the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years? Are gas prices going to go down? Is milk going to go down? Is the cost of bread going to go down? Everybody says, no, it's going to go up. Well, same thing with rents. Rents are going to go up. And as they do, so does your income. In this example, you own 10 homes free and clear, and you've got, roughly $4,000 a month in rent. That's $40,000 a month in income. Folks, that's what I'm talking about here, is being able to spend your passive income versus spending your equity. So what should your retirement plan look like if you're somebody out there trying to develop a nice fat nest egg? Continue to add to your 401k, continue to throw money into the stock market where you have absolutely no control? Or does it make more sense to go out there and own 10 homes free and clear and have passive income? Now, if $10,000 a month isn't enough for you, then continue to add to your portfolio. Start to get into some commercial real estate. Start to get into some multifamily units. But I tell you, I love this because I don't want to see anybody, in their retirement years, putting up with, heavy traffic and going through that crazy commute, bumper to bumper traffic. I'd rather see you guys out there enjoying life, sitting on a beach and knowing that you've got income coming in no matter what you do because you developed a nice portfolio for yourself. Truly go out there and live the American dream for yourselves, folks. So let's talk a little bit about, being in a position where you go out there and collect some of these nice checks out there. And I love showing these checks because I love people seeing, that there's real people out there making it happen for themselves. Here's a simple picture of a couple of our students along with the CEO of our company, Mr. Bob Snyder. He's the brainchild behind Renatus. I tell you, here's a gentleman who put together a phenomenal business model, a phenomenal educational company, and people out there are just enjoying, the benefits of what he's put together. He likes to have a good time and play around with us, and I'm glad we took this picture because it kind of shows Bob and having a lot of fun out there. Those two folks that you saw there, those are a couple of our students, Stuart and Tanya Rosenberg. And here's a simple property that they picked up. It was a short sale. They went through the education, learned the process of short sales, came across this townhome. It was somebody that they knew that was financially distressed. And, we went in there, we made some very minor repairs on this property. We negotiated with the banks based on what they were taught. The bank decided to sell us the property at a very deep discount. We went in and did some very minor repairs on this property, turned around and put it on the market, and walked away with a nice $38,000 check. Great job, Stu and Tanya. One of the many deals that they're going to be looking forward to, and so will you as you go down the road. Here's another one of our students, Christian Stadler. Here's a young gentleman who came across this property, and I'll condense the story here on this property, but basically it was also a short sale. The homeowners owed approximately $180,000 on this property. Home was not worth that at the time that they came to us. They were behind on payments. Bank was about to foreclose. We went and negotiated with the bank. The bank sold us the home for $85,000 at a deep discount. Did some repairs because this house was really a mess. I wish we had before pictures on it. Did some repairs on that property, had some holding costs. Christian did not have the money to buy this property. He went and borrowed it. He borrowed it from some of the community members that we work with. He learned how to go out there and talk to people that had money and was able to find the money. That's one of the things that we teach is that it doesn't really take money to make money with real estate. What it takes is knowledge and know-how. If you find the deal, trust me, the money will come. And we turned around and put this property back on the market, sold it for $185,000, and Christian walked away with a nice $25,000 check. Here's a picture of Christian along with his check. Again, these are real stories, real people. Here's one particular deal that I did myself. This was a deal that I did with a student out of Phoenix, Arizona. Homeowner came to us, told us that they were about to lose their home, they were in foreclosure, and asked if we could help them. We said, yeah, sure, tell me your story. Well, the situation was this. The homeowner had purchased this home, roughly for about $165,000 prior to the real estate market just taking off there in the Arizona market. Well, those of you that remember, the real estate market there just exploded. And the value of his home doubled pretty much overnight. And this individual wanted to go out and open up a restaurant. And so he decided to do a home equity line, took equity out of his home, started the restaurant. Unfortunately, he didn't have much success in that arena. His restaurant went out of business. And at the same time, the real estate market crashed on him. He ended up owing almost $293,000 on this home, and the home was not worth that. At the time, the home was worth only $200,000. So he was upside down almost $100,000, had negative equity. He came to us, said, the bank's going to foreclose. They want to come after me for the difference. Can you help me out? Yeah, so what we did is we negotiated with the bank. We actually went to the second lien holder, and we negotiated with them. They accepted a $124,000 discount. They said, give us $11,000, and the home is yours. And we'll remove our lien. And we said, wow, okay. Well, we'll go pay the first lien holder the $157,000 that's owed, and we've got a great little deal here. We sold the home to a buyer for $200,000 for what it was worth at that time and walked away with a nice $31,000 check. Folks, it was kind of a quasi subject to kind of a quasi short sale that we put together from education that we had learned. I love to show this slide, because we love showing HUD-1 statements and checks and letters from the banks. Let me blow this up for you here. This was from that lien holder that accepted a $124,000 discount. They said, after we receive the funds, we will release our current lien on the property and forgive any remaining deficiency balances on the account. It says you can send payments by wire or transfer to us. Basically, what they were saying is, look, we know we're taking a $124,000 loss. We will not go after the homeowner for that. When we shared that with the homeowner, boy, let me tell you, they were doing backflips. These are the kind of things that you'll be able to do out there with real estate. Learn to buy at deep discounts. Learn to negotiate. Learn to help people out there that are struggling financially. And it's I tell you, investing in real estate and being a real estate investor is a lot of fun. You help a lot of people and you get a lot of thank yous. It's something that you get to look forward to. The formula is simple here, folks. Let me talk to you about a little bit about our education. It's a two-step process. Number one, here's where it starts. We've got two key educational programs that we offer. One of them is this one. It's called the Essentials course. Here's where a lot of our students start off with. And this helps people, go from the process of acquisition to exit. The Essentials course, folks, is 8 powerful classes, everything from real estate essentials to real estate marketing to understanding the red flags, real estate tax and legal strategies, creative acquisition strategies, finding the deal of the decade. You've got experts in their field teaching these classes to you. 8 powerful classes that we make available as part of that Essentials course. They're all live, they're online, on-demand, 24/7 educational courses, along with a couple of bonus courses that we offer there to you. So if you've got access to the internet, whether by smartphone, by tablet, by computer, you have access to our education. If you want and so choose to, you can download the audio files, you can download the workbooks that are there, and take pre and post assessment tests. Because you're going to want to decide what you've learned and what you haven't learned, so you can go back and continue your education with this program. You have video classrooms. You've got your instructor on one side, and you've got any PowerPoints or any information they're sharing on the other. And you can see at the bottom there where you can click on the workbook and have that available to you. Pretty powerful information at your fingertips. As part of the Essentials program, you also have access to the software that we make available. How to go out there and analyze those deals. How to create reports, how to manage the tasks, how to estimate repairs, and so much more through that software that we make available. You also get access to group coaching, one-to-many coaching. Once a week, you'll have access to our coach who will answer questions and go through key strategies to help you and others out there that are on those coaching classes. They'll help you focus on areas such as pre-foreclosures, REOs, wholesaling, buy and hold, short sale strategies, so on and so forth. The coaches that we have are amazing, and they're actual practitioner investors, not somebody just reading a flip chart that's going to try and tell you how to do real estate. In this Essentials course, folks, you're going to learn how to acquire properties at massive discounts, how to gain access to massive amounts of private money, how to tap into retirement plans. There's people out there that want to earn better rates of returns than they're earning right now. You're going to learn how to save thousands of dollars on your taxes every year just as an investor. You're going to learn how to build teams to leverage yourself so that you learn how to do real estate 24/7, acquire properties without ever using your own money, and you're going to learn how to find the hottest deals out there before anybody knows they exist. Folks, let me tell you, the Essentials course is an awesome course. It's 9 7-hour courses for a total of about 63 hours. Weekly coaching calls for another 52 hours. It's a total of 115 hours of education. Folks, we make that available for $1,997. I mean, give me a break. You go out there and just the tax class alone is going to save the average individual out there, anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 on their taxes. It's an amazing course. We make it available at a price of $1,997 because we want you to have access to it. And it's an amazing course. We also include some key bonus material, bonus classes along with that. One of them is this one with one of our newest instructors, Eric Counts. Managing and understanding credit repair classes, how to maintain your credit. Boy, let me tell you, it is a huge industry out there of knowing how to do that and manage it for yourself, and Eric Counts does a great job for us. it's a bonus class that we make available to you. Okay, now that's step one. Step two, here's what a lot of our customers do. They decide to specialize. They decide to get into what we call our accelerated investor training courses. Here's where things really get elevated and escalated in the types of deals and strategies that you'll be doing out there. You're going to have access to vocational tracks, instructors that are going to be teaching different courses, different strategies, everything from lease options to foreclosures, to buy and hold strategies, to managing property managers, subject to strategies, understanding mortgages, fix and flip strategies, private and hard money, auctions, wholesales, understanding, the mortgage process, everything from short sales 1 and 2 with Brian Sum, one of the nation's foremost short sale experts out there. Multifamily units. It seems like every investor I know that once they develop a nice portfolio, they want to get into multifamily units, duplexes, fourplexes, eightplexes, apartment complexes, and so on. And I tell you, John Deschauer does a phenomenal job for us in that arena. Understanding notes and tax deeds and liens, 2 phenomenal instructors that will walk you through that process as part of that AIT program. Commercial real estate, for those of you that have been looking into getting into that. Christian George, one of our top instructors out there, does a phenomenal job in teaching you about commercial real estate. And then we throw in bonus material, everything from financial strategies, title and escrow and closing, understanding that process, raising money and partnerships, how to do that properly, understanding bankruptcy and how that can how understanding bankruptcies can be a huge plus to you as an investor in finding and locating and working with people who are distressed sellers. Negotiations, boy, let me tell you, you've got to learn how to go out there and negotiate those deals properly. Again, powerful software for our folks that acquire the AIT program. Advanced analysis, buy and hold reports, amortization schedules, creating those reports that you need for tax purposes, determining property values, attracting buyers, that are motivated, finding and locating foreclosures and REOs, and so much more out there that we make available through our software. You're going to learn from seasoned professionals out there that are actually doing what it is they teach. They have to be practitioners to be part of Renatus, and that's the faculty of members that work with us here in teaching our students out there how to create wealth with real estate. So how is this all spelled out? Well, we've got 2 key programs that we find most of our customers are acquiring. I talked about the essentials. That's the first one they acquire. When it comes to our AIT program, most of our students are acquiring our granddaddy program, if you will, so to speak, our AIT Extreme Plus package. And we price it at $17,997. I mean, that's all those vocational tracks I just talked about. It's the powerful software. You get coaching that's one-on-one. You get to have a learning partner, a learning student with you. You get to attend any of the live classes that we do. You get 12 months redemption, 12 months access to the education, and after that, you get complimentary lifetime access. Nobody out there does that, folks. And that's where our competition, once they see that, they're going to go, there's no way we can compete. All we do is upsell, and these guys are actually out there educating people and giving them, education. And then if anything changes, if any new courses come up, if anything new is added, you get access to that. There's nothing else to buy. Some people look at that and they go, that's crazy. How can they do that? Well, we can do it because we can, because we saw a need for people to truly get educated out there. What most of our students end up doing, folks, is they end up acquiring both those 2 programs together, the Essentials course and the Extreme Plus combo. And if they do that, then they get everything. 12-month redemption on both those programs, and then they get lifetime complimentary access to that education. Nobody does that, folks. $19,994, that gets you everything that we offer. How does that compare? Well, we did the research. We went out there and we looked at a bunch of other companies out there that call themselves our competition, and we saw what they were offering. Everything from this company here that offers their education for $33,000 for just 12 months. That's it. And then if you want some of their other strategies, you're going to have to pay extra. We looked at the Rich Dad Poor Dad programs out there. Boy, and let me tell you, I mean, there's range anywhere from $18,000 to $60,000, $70,000. And it's limited in how much you get. And if you want more or need more help, you got to have to pay more. When folks do the comparison, they see what we offer. Our Extreme Plus combo package, which offers you the Essentials course, all the AIT classes, the software, access to coaching, a learning partner. So in other words, you and somebody else get to do this together. live class attendance, 12-month, redemption. And then after that, you get complimentary lifetime access for $19,994. It doesn't compare. Folks, we're a tenth of the cost, and we're 10 times the quantity of education that people get out there. It's pretty amazing. You can see why I'm so excited about it and why people are jumping all over our education. Some people ask me, well, what does that complimentary lifetime access mean? Well, what it is this. Those folks who acquire our Extreme Plus package, those educational holders that are in good standings with the company may be granted lifetime access. And what that is complimentary access following the expiration of their 12 months. So after 12 months, they get complimentary access. During their redemption period and throughout lifetime, complimentary access to the Extreme Plus package holders will receive, all our AIT classes, any and all updates, as well as any new added classes that we might put into those to the educational packages. So in other words, your education is always going to be current. It's going to be timely, and if anything new, any new strategy, any new changes, any new classes we come up with, you get that. We offer again that for the $17,997. If you acquire both those, then you're investing just a little under $20,000 for your education. Okay. Now, some of you folks are saying, "Hey, I'm in." Some of you are saying, "Gosh, I'd like to, but I just don't have the money." Well, if that's your situation, don't let money get in the way of your dreams, folks. We have an incredible financing program out there where we'll finance 100% of the people out there that want our education. It requires a minimum down payment. Get with whoever invited you onto this call, and they'll explain that to you. But there's no reason why you can't have access to our education. If there's a will, there's a way. We've got some phenomenal financing options out there for each and every one of you that want to take advantage of that. Okay? So let's hurry up and wrap this up because this is my favorite part. Some people out there have heard that, Renatus is going through a market expansion, and we are. And there's an opportunity here for some of you to earn while you learn with us, while being out there mentored by some very successful investors. What if I could show you a powerful way to start earning $1,000 to $10,000 a week? How many of you would raise your hand and say, "Hey, I'm in"? Well, there is. You see, we're in a market expansion right now, and your opportunity is this. Assist us, with our market expansion and get paid very, very well for doing so while you learn. You see, Renatus is a very unusual company. We've created a very unusual business model. Here's our company. And what we do is basically we sell education to our customers. Customer goes out there, they want our education. We provide them with, world-class education. Well, in turn, they pay us for their education. Well, the one thing you're going to find is that Renatus does not advertise. You won't see us on TV, on any billboards, online, anywhere. Renatus does not advertise. We've learned that the best way to advertise is by word of mouth. And so what we've done is we've created the opportunity for some of you here to become affiliate marketing reps with us. And in so doing, we're going to pay you to introduce our education to customers. And if customers buy that education, we're going to pay you very well, anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 per sale. So if you're somebody out there looking for some extra income, boy, let me tell you, here it is. If you're somebody out there looking for some additional monies for your real estate investing, here it is. Because what's going to happen for you as time goes on and you start doing real estate, people are going to ask you, "God, how did you do that? Where did you learn how to do that?" Hey, point them in our direction, and guess what? You get paid very well for doing so. Those of you that decide to do that, and this isn't for everybody, but those of you that decide that you want to help us get the word out about our education, we'll put you through a decentralized certification and training program, and we'll teach you how that works and how you can go through the process of getting paid. The only requirement if you want to sell our education is you've got to be a licensed independent marketing affiliate with us. And you can work from anywhere, not just work from home. I mean, if you're on the beach, if you're on the golf course, we don't care. If you've got a computer, a telephone, access to the internet, you want to help us market and sell our education, boy, you're there. The only requirement is that you have a $125 application fee in place with us and abide by some of our marketing and advertising guidelines. We'll explain that more to you for those of you that are interested. So along with that, let me just show these few things. One of the key, truly what I believe to be one of the key benefits of being part of the Renatus community is being able to network with other individuals out there. We truly believe that your net worth is in direct proportion to your network. Those that you associate with are those that you tend to become like. You know, if you're hanging around broke, distressed people out there, chances are you become broker. You learn to hang around with successful, wealthy individuals out there and learn from them, and things will change. One of the other key benefits that we make available out there are some of our real deal tours. Again, we're not there to sell you any real estate. We're there to show you how other students have done it for themselves. It's a hands-on process. We like to do these every Saturday. You know, get with whoever invited you onto this webinar and learn more about our real deal tours, but we typically like to do those every Saturday, every weekend, so that you can come down and learn. They're like mini hands-on workshop. They're about an hour and a half long. So what should you do? What are your next steps? Well, set up a follow-up appointment with whoever invited you onto this webinar and discuss with them a couple things. Number one is this. Look, talk to them about real estate investing and the education. Talk to them about whether or not you're on track to achieve your financial goals. If you're not, hey, you know, do something different. You know, change some things. Get educated. Learn more about investing in real estate. Maybe some of you have an interest in that business affiliate marketing program I just talked about through our market expansion. Some great income out there to be earned for individuals out there. I mean, we've got people out there earning, you know, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month with us, just helping us introduce our education to people. If you want to learn more about that, talk to the person that invited you onto this webinar to talk to them more about that. Or maybe you want to learn both, you know. Hey, you want to get involved with both? We'd love that. We'd love to have you as part of our community. You know, but what it really comes down to is you've got to take some action. You know, you can sit back and just continue to wish and wonder, and, you know, you'll continue to have the kind of success and the kind of results you've had in the past. But for things to change, you've got to change. You've got to start thinking wealthy. You've got to have that wealthy mentality that we talked about earlier. And I'm going to leave you with this last thing. You know, I truly believe that success is just a decision away. You know, people will succeed based on one decision. The challenge is that most people out there, they confuse the decision process with a how am I going to do it process. Don't do that. Successful people make a decision, and then they go make it happen. They go figure it out. And that's why they succeed and other people out there struggle in life financially. So don't let that happen to you. Make a decision to come get involved with us. You know, and if you're ready to start thinking wealthy, then I want to congratulate you and welcome you to this Renatus community. Folks, thank you for joining us on this webinar. Again, I look forward to meeting each and every one of you out there as we go along. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great week, and get back with the person who invited you on this call. Thank you, everybody.